cheating in the arena, boosting, all of these things we're going to be talking about today. So one thing I want to stress to people, if you're not a huge fan of drama videos, this one's probably not for you. If you haven't seen some of mine in the past where I talk about kind of hot takes about things like this, I'm normally a lot more aggressive in videos like these than in other videos for a specific reason. There's no reason to be aggressive in other videos when they're informational videos, but there's a lot to talk about here today. It seems like pretty much no one knows what they're talking about, and we're going to get into detail into all of that. But I did want to preface this before as a disclaimer. A lot of people are going to be hate watching this comment. It's just in their nature. Sad, I know, but it is what it is. So if you don't want to be a part of that, feel free to click away from this video now. This is my fair warning. So let's get right into it. Alright, what up team, it's your boy Murderinc here, talking about cheating. Who's cheating? Apparently I'm cheating. So let's get into it here. So I want to start things off by what started all of this to begin with. There was a Reddit post that was done about a conversation almost 2 years ago. Not exactly 2 years, as we can see from the screen here. March 14th, 2020, current date, January 23rd, 2022. So, somebody made a Reddit account that was 1 day old and then posted this. A bit suspicious, don't you think? Just after all of this cheating drama's been happening, where I've been calling people out because I've been the biggest advocate not to cheat in this game forever. So people are confused when they see this screenshot from almost 2 years ago, where it seems like I'm talking about boosting here. What's weird is we had content creators, and I'm gonna go in depth on this so everyone really explains, because no one's explained the situation despite the fact that everyone who's talked about it were around at the time. So why are they suppressing information? Thankfully, and as we all know, they're smart people. They were smart not to use my name in certain ways, so they cannot get in trouble for defamation. It's either that or they just put little effort into their content, into their videos like we usually see with their normal content, and they just did no research, or they forgot. And how do you forget something like this when you're, I mean, listen, anything for views, I guess. They think of everything as money per view, and they don't care to do research. I've been here, they could have DM'd me at any point in time. I've had DMs open with every single content creator before. And yeah, so let's kind of get into the facts here instead of just simply speculating on what people think. So this is the first Reddit picture that was shown from the Reddit post and from Discord. Public, by the way, was never deleted. No reason to. I have nothing to hide here. So people said I was boosting. Now there were two Reddit posts from Discord personally. I was not in the second one. I was in the first one here. And this was damning evidence, according to people, that I was boosting. So let's look at carefully what I wrote here. So we have a little wheel. If you guys only gonna boost one, I can fight another spot for top 3, I guess. But if you guys want to boost 3 at once I'm in, let me know what you guys want to do. So little wheel was not in our clan at the time. This clan was Gods and Legends. It was the top clan for a very long time, and I was the leader of it. We had fantastic leadership, officers, all of that good stuff. Yes, and this is what I'm saying, of course. Yes, the plan is to wall the top 5 slots. Let's just pause there for a second. I don't expect anyone to understand what me saying wall the top 5 slots are. This is not boosting. This is a strategy done to hold the top 5 slots, so when a booster slingshots one player and tries to get above everybody so they cannot be touched, we're there in the top 5 slot waiting to spam farm them down. What does this do? This boosts our score by us spam fighting the same target. This is not us finding a player, losing to them over and over again. However, when someone says boost later in this post, that's what they mean. But you're going to note that it is not me, and it is not someone from Gods and Legends, despite them making a video said that they left after this, like they left because we were boosting. So we'll get into that later. So after that I said, since I didn't see anyone else post here, I figured no one else was doing it. Well, an organization like us. What does that mean? We organize things very well. That's what we were known for in Gods and Legends. We spent lots of time doing this, and we put a lot of time and effort into figuring out a way to combat all of these people boosting. So the argument that, oh, boosting to outboost cheaters is still cheating, 100%. Not gonna lie there, but is that what we did? No. If you were around back then, you would know that. But when you take an out of context screenshot, funny thing also, if we look right here, 314 is the second screenshot, 314, 315, then they stop showing you guys what's said in chat. Interesting, isn't it? Why would they withhold some of the chat conversations and only post things here that gives the assumption that boosting is happening? Like I said, all of this stuff's public on Discord. It was never deleted because we don't care. We know what we did. Everyone who was around back then knows exactly what we did, and there was nothing wrong with it. So let's just keep going from there. Lil Wheel says, my plan is to fight myself. I asked if he was part of a group called Bro, who were boosting at the time, and he was said, no, he's not with them. They're Tswift fanboys. I'm sure a lot of people don't know a lot about this particular, he's not even a content creator. He's a streamer. He's banned for life from the official raid program because of many things. I don't even know if I can talk about it, but there are videos on YouTube. He's had to change his stream name 3 times because he is a convicted felon, credit card fraud, multiple serious rape allegations that are ongoing. There are pictures of him with ankle bracelets, being under house arrest, all stuff like that. But speculation at this point, that's just here for people who tried to white knight for this person and don't know his past history. If there's nothing to hide, why keep changing your Twitch name so you can't search them on YouTube and find out the real information about someone like this? It is what it is. So I'm only saying that because the person that originally posted this, who made an account pretty much overnight just to make this one post, clearly was white knighting for the streamer Tswift. So it is what it is on that. Most people who have been around for a long time understand and know about this guy, know that he's bad news, and he's been seen often in his streams begging people for money so he can do things on 2x events. It is what it is. If you enjoy watching him, power to you. But information is out there if you really wanted to look at it. He's been exposed many times, so we're not going to dwell too much on that point here. So let's talk about the kind of, well, first we'll go over the second. A lot of people said, N1 Wacko, isn't that Cartman? Wasn't he the head of the boosting service? No, he was not. He was in Conclave, which stands for CNL, that was in group with the other clan DEV and KOS. I don't know what their Russians' name are. I know those are the 3 clans that work together in providing a boosting service where you could pay, get boosted to number 1, get your trophy, and it was as easy as that. So why is he in this chat? Why is he talking here? Because there was some, I guess, argument, misunderstanding between him and his clan. I don't know if he wasn't allowed to boost. I don't know if he was unhappy with the cut he was getting as someone who was, I mean, he was the most well-known name on the Russian side as far as content creators. I really don't know the extent of it because his English is not very good. He translated everything when talking, so he's in this chat. Like I said, this isn't a private chat. It was public, which is why all of this information could have been just thrown out there like this, nothing to hide. So what he was doing was he claimed to have a group of people boosting him. Now, we knew this wasn't true. What he was doing was he was trying to get more people to boost him by saying there were people already boosting him. Lil Wheel picked this up. I picked this up very early. And listen, it is what it is. But in this specific case, he had some altercation with the people who were boosting. So what he was doing out of spite, revenge, whatever you want to call it, is he was trying to boost them down, pretty much doing the same thing we were doing, except we were doing the walling tactic and he was just straight up asking for someone to lose to him over and over again. So with that being said, in this specific case, on this specific date, we did our wall tactic. They ended up out boosting what we could do as far as the walling them and farming them down, but Cartman in this specific situation on this time had enough people that he recruited from random people in Platinum Arena to boost him above the booster, and he ended up taking them down, and Lil Wheel ended up winning because that guy was the king of Arena forever. He had the fastest teams, the best gear, all of that good stuff. So that's the clarification on this Discord post, so you can really see what actually happened. And like I said, people know about this. I really don't understand why they were playing stupid in all of their posts, which I guess I'll talk about that next. So I've said this many times, I don't watch other YouTubers. This is the first time I took the, I guess, effort to watch their videos because, like I said, if there was defamation involved, YouTube does not take that lightly, so I would have pressed action and they would have gotten a strike on their accounts and the videos would have been taken down for sure. But they were smart, they didn't use my name in a line with certain things. There was no direct accusation of me cheating, which is either because they knew that I didn't, or I don't know, they just got lucky and went around the point. So we have Darth here. Never had a problem with Darth. I watched him. He kind of clarified something that was surprising to me at the time, where he said there are people trying to cause beef between Darth and myself. Now, of all the CCs, I probably have the most respect for Darth, regardless of how anyone feels about him, because he spent a lot of personal time helping me become a content creator. We were in Discord calls. He showed me certain tactics that could be used. He helped me out with gear that I could buy in a budget when I was first starting, as far as getting started in the whole scene. So like I said, we've had many conversations back and forth. Scratch also made a post. The whole thing of his video that I picked up was him just covering his tracks, making sure it didn't look like he was boosting, despite, I think it said I boosted one of them on Monday to take Tswift down. Listen, I'm not going to argue with that. Like I just said, I said my personal feelings about the person that he was trying to take down. I don't really know what I would have done to ensure that he didn't get first place, but it's kind of an extenuating circumstance because he's, anyways. Hell Hades made a video, and this was the one I was iffy about. So, Hell Hades is as strongly about cheating as I am. Hands down. I don't think anyone's proven, without contradicting themselves, to be as strong against cheating as Hell Hades himself. But what he didn't do in this video is he didn't do any research on this, despite someone from the clan he was in, Gallifrey, bought a boost and they were kicked out of Gallifrey for doing that. So how he could have missed the details on the entire boosting scene is beyond me. I don't really understand how he missed that and how he kind of just said, I mean, most of these titles are clickbait. It's not really what they said. They kind of get it to make you click on it. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what clickbait is, but arena cheating exposed on Reddit. So this was one of the kind of, I was more disappointed in Hell Hades. I was kind of expecting that as someone who is a top content creator and overall influencer for the game, didn't take the time or the effort to either remember, because he was around at the time, or just to look into this at all. He kind of just read it, said, oh yeah, cheating's bad, I stand against it, which I get. I mean, like I said, he's probably the only one who's as sincere about cheating as I am as far as a no tolerance policy. So with that being said, wasn't a big fan of the video. He got the main points out, but like I said, it implied that there was a lot of cheating going on, which is just not true. So all of this talk, where's the proof that I didn't cheat besides me explaining the wall tactic? What if you don't believe me? Oh, I get that for sure. Now, this is where I show compelling evidence, and this is what's going to get a lot of people upset who really, I mean, they've been spamming comments on my channel calling me cheaters in my past videos, and they said I'm unsubscribing from you, you're a cheater. So all of this is in response to the improper videos these creators are making. So while it's not direct defamation, look at what you did. This is what happens when you're irresponsible with content. I'd expected a little bit more from the people, but listen, you guys can do what you want to do. So now this is where it gets crazy. This is where I come out and say, I've been boosted before. Can confirm, I have been boosted before. Not proven, not even hinted at in any of the screenshots I've showed you, but I have been boosted before. Which means I broke the rules. Talk about a plot twist. But the question is, why? Why would I boost if I'm so against it? Now, like I said, this is not hidden information, which is why it was extremely strange to see all the content creators saying, oh, people were called out for boosting, what's the deal here? So let me kind of break things down for you. All of the content creators have been complaining about boosting. They made videos on it, but that's all they did. They just made videos, they got money, they got views, and that's it. They kind of ended it there. Why? Pretty clear why. They have a business to run. So what did I do? I saw that it wasn't working, and I said, well, why don't I use the direct lines of communication I have to the company to make a change here. So I developed a plan. I got the entire clan that I ran, the #1 clan in the game being Gods and Legends, to back me up on a plan to boost myself in the arena, record it, and send it to Plarium. Now you might be thinking, Murder, you cheated. Why would you do that? And like I said, it's true, I did cheat. But you want to know what happened from that? Let's talk about the video, and this is why I was giving a lot of people a hard time who was commenting saying I was cheated. Title of the video, Submitting Arena Boosting to the Devs Meeting. Right here on YouTube. Now, if we know one thing, it's that Plarium has a zero tolerance policy for breaking the terms of service and terms of use, right? We just saw it with BG and Stu. They got suspended or removed permanently from the content creation program. Why was I still a content creator after making this video? Why wasn't this video taken down? Why did they then let me into the moderator program as the only content creator in that for the English-speaking content creator group? Don't you think that's an interesting question? Why has nobody asked that or thought about that before? If I am this cheater, and like I said, I got boosted. It's all right here inside the video here. You can see the final screenshot here. 2 people who paid for a boosting service here, CNL, another random person, and then there's me right here. And then there's Dev, who was also someone that paid, and I ended up beating them up for this video, which I was definitely happy about. So if this is the case, you guys are right? I cheated and it's a bad thing. The answer is no. You want to know why the answer is no? Because, like I said, I submitted this directly to the people who can make a difference in this game. I didn't complain about it on YouTube just to get views and then end it there so I can keep doing this month after month. So to prove what I'm talking about, and I have to be careful with this, I made sure I read over my NDA. You're not allowed to share screenshots between you communicating with people from Plarium, but I found a loophole, and I believe it's going to be this screenshot here. So for those of you who don't know, the Diamond was the YouTube coordinator a while ago. He then got promoted to a different department of the game. So this is what I did. I made the video and I sent it directly to him, and I told him how I approached it a different way. And what did he do? Like I said, I cannot show you this. I showed you the name and the recipient name of the message here just to give you as much proof as I can without breaking my signed contract with the company as far as what I can and cannot say. So what happened? You guys ready for this? This is why I was so harsh on people. The next day, Plarium released a press release saying, we are now working on a 2 to 3 phase program to fix boosting. 2 to 3 phase, one day after I submit the video, or a meeting that was happening the same day I submit the video in that morning. Now, of course, I can't show you the back and forth that I had, but he did bring it to the meeting. They brought it up. They said, we see now there are priorities to our game, what we have on the list as far as content, as far as fixing games. As we can see here, they considered the boosting problem minor. This was no secret to anybody in or playing Raid at the top arena level, the medium. We all know that they didn't really care about Platinum Arena because it was only for 300 players. So with that being said, what did they do? We are going to introduce a small change to how battles in Platinum tier work. After fighting the same opponent 10 times in a single day, 24 hours, both victories and defeat count. Every subsequent battle with that opponent will trigger a 15-minute cooldown and will not disappear after the arena list is refreshed. What does this mean? You cannot boost to the... where is it? You cannot boost to these numbers ever again. All it took was me recording and me organizing myself to get boosted as an official content creator of the company, sending it to them, having it sent to the devs meeting that same day, and look, we got a press release the next day, just like that. So the person everyone's been accusing of cheating was the one who got the changes pushed through to stop cheating forever. Think about that for a second. I know a lot of you are feeling stupid right now. If you came here to hate watch, it's okay. I forgive you. I do forgive you. So with this information here, where those screenshots came from, people might be wondering. So 4K was an old officer we had in Gods and Legends, and after that press release came out, the boosters went crazy, and it was a beautiful thing to see. They were so upset, and I mean, I get why they were upset. They were wrong, but they're about to lose tons of money because they now can no longer boost people and make money off of it. So this is a post to everybody since they were flooding this Discord here. I'm going to take advantage of my ability to add everyone here, as I don't want to tag individuals, calling them out specifically. Welcome to all the boosters raising awareness for Plarium to fix their flaws. So this is kind of a cheeky shot at the people boosting who are complaining in chat. Gods and Legends has only boosted one member once. Period. It was Murderinc, myself, and he recorded it and sent the video to Plarium asking to fix it. A few weeks later, they introduced the 10 attack limit in Platinum. So a day later, we got the press release. Then a few weeks later, we got the patch finalizing it in as the stage 1 and like first phase of fixing the boosting overall. So all of this is public. All of this is out there. This has been covered in videos before on YouTube. So this is just a lack of anyone trying to say any type of truth. They wanted to say what would get the most views, what would get the most clicks, and they had no problem dragging me down with it. So I'm not going to hold a grudge. I already have my feelings against creators, their quality, their lack of their game knowledge, and therefore lack of game knowledge. So that's pretty clear based on how I've worded my videos in the past year and a half, 2 years that I've been doing this. So I don't like to dwell on that too often now. I've kind of taken the approach lately of just giving you guys as much content as I can to help you. And I mean, it's paid off so far. People are now kind of starting to see the quality difference between my content and all of the other creators who make very generic content just for views. It's quite clear to see. And listen, if you take the time to do research, it improves the quality of your content significantly because you're not just talking about a topic, you appear and you show that you know exactly what you're talking about. You're not getting secondhand information from people who work for you, and you're not just reading out guides specifically, having no idea how the guides work. It really does kind of improve things significantly if you actually understand what you're reading. So if there's any questions about it, or if something is worded incorrectly, you can fix that on the fly when you are recording. So that would just be kind of my advice for anyone else. So this kind of sums things up. And like I said, this is pretty much compelling evidence, and I've already submitted a defamation claim to Reddit saying pretty much what I'm saying in this video here, and how posts like that should have never gone up in the first place. There were racial slurs in the post. I had to reach out to someone on Discord who moderated, and he then went through and deleted those racial slurs. So like I said, I'm not going to hold the Reddit moderators responsible for it, but I did, as of this morning, reach out to them and say, this is a defamation claim. This information's wrong. It's making me look bad. People are affecting my personal business because of this post. And yeah, just take it down. It's not true. I just said everything here that you would ever need to know about the boosting situation, how the post did not show me boosting. It had me talking about a tactic that I thoroughly explained how it worked. And then I did boost after that, having nothing to do with the Reddit post. I did in fact cheat, and I did boost. Now the thing is, people are going to try to cope really hard with everything I said here today. They're going to say, oh, you boosted. It doesn't matter if it was for a good reason. It doesn't matter if you ended up changing the game by making them crack down and enforce it within a day, publicly releasing it, and then having the effects go into the game, which means they follow through and they weren't just brushing me off weeks later. What are they going to try to do? They're going to try to say, oh, just because you said this doesn't mean anything. Now let me ask you guys a question. For those of you who still aren't fully convinced at this point in the video that what I did wasn't justified, if I was a booster abusing Platinum Arena, why do I not have a single trophy next to my name? Just ask yourself that. When I did the boosting for the video, why didn't I boost to first place to take a trophy? Because it wasn't fair. Now, yes, I did cheat in the video to show the process, but why didn't I cheat to first place to get a trophy? Do you think I don't want a trophy? Of course I want a trophy. My account's gotten second place in Platinum Arena twice in the past 5 months. I would love a trophy. However, if I am this huge cheater in Platinum Arena and was smart enough to coordinate a walling technique to prevent boosters from, in fact, getting boosted through a paid service to get that #1 trophy, don't you think I'd be smart enough to get 7, 8, 9 trophies for myself. Just think about that for a second. So that's going to conclude the video here. Like I said, usually when people are innocent, they don't have to explain themselves, but in my opinion, this was an extenuating circumstance where, I don't know, people were just being clowns, whether it's content creators or normal people. They didn't have the information, or they chose to kind of look the other way. Now, I don't have any hard feelings towards the creators. I understand it's a business. They do what they have to do to get the views, but like I said, disappointing is kind of the only real word, since my DMs are open all the time. We're in a content creator chat. If they really cared to find out the true story, which they were around for, and they, like I said, it would blow my mind if they didn't actually know what happened and how things came about, because it was posted publicly many times, including in patch notes. So if they thought it just magically appeared out of nowhere, I don't know. You guys can tell me if you think that's realistic or not. But so that's going to conclude this video here. Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed it, enjoyed the explanation, since no one cared to take the time to go through the details. I do, of course, have the edge on that situation, since I was the one being targeted and I had, I guess, more access or knew exactly where to look. But like I said, it would have taken maybe 10 minutes to find everything I talked about here today, aside from that personal DM screenshot that I did have to crop out a little bit, as far as my conversation with the people who can make the changes and can talk to the people who, the developers who do make the real changes. So hopefully this clarifies things up. I'm not going to be talking about this again. People can mauled as much as they want, stamp their feet in the comments. It is what it is. I mean, nothing you guys say is going to change what happens, no matter how angry you are. And in my personal opinion, the people who have been abusing the cheat engine, that have been proven with screenshots, not just speculation, they're the ones who are upset, trying to kind of turn the focus away from them and onto me. Smart tactic for sure, but you're not going to fool anyone. And unfortunately, I cannot talk about what's to come of the people who are cheating. I know a lot of people think they just forgot about them. They didn't. They know exactly who is abusing, and we're going to find out, and they're going to be not so happily surprised once things start going into the game and they notice a few things. So I'm going to leave it at that. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this content, smash that like button, subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I will see you all in my next upload.